guys, ZVGaming here. I'm back for another video, and today we're back on my main account. And for today's video, I'm finally gonna be covering the hero swap event. And if we go to the event, we have only 2 more days until the event is over. So I'm gonna show you guys what I'm going to be swapping and who you should prioritize swapping based on the meta that we have today. So you'll see that probably most of you know, but we can now swap Highborn Draconic Heroes. You cannot swap like normal Draconic Heroes, only Highborn. But in the patch notes back in the days, they said that we won't be able to swap them. But as you can see, we have only these 5 available, which you can swap. And most of the people actually swapped their Highborn Gwyneth for some of the other 4. And for this video, I'm gonna be actually telling you which one you should prioritize swapping based on what you have or based on what is meta nowadays. So, first of all, as you know, out of all of the heroes, so we have all the 4 faction heroes, we have Celestials, we have Hypogenes, and the most expensive ones are gonna be the Highborn Draconic Heroes. So if you are missing some of the other 4 other than the Highborn Gwyneth, I would definitely recommend you guys to swap Awakened Gwyneth for someone else out of these 4, just because each and every one of them is gonna have way more usage than Highborn Gwyneth, just because right now she's sadly not used anywhere. So let's just start for the Highborn heroes first. So your absolute main priority right now should be Lan. So why is it gonna be Lan? Just because Lan is a support hero, and most of our support heroes are basically used everywhere in every game mode as like damage boosters, as like survivability, as everything you can think about. So Lan is providing energy recovery, she's providing buffs, she's providing shielding, like she provides your team with layers of immunity to damage. So Lan is basically probably one of the highest priorities right now to build out of the swap scroll here. And even when you check the overall tier list, which I'm still gonna be making a video about the Draconic priorities, right now Lan, in my opinion, is only second to Elthara, just because Elthara is the most broken hero right now, in my opinion, out of the Highborn heroes. And right after Elthara, I would put Lan at second place. So yeah, definitely here out of the event, first, if you don't have Lan, go for Lan. The second one I would go after would be Leviathan. So Leviathan is gonna be my second choice, just because he's one of the best tanks we have in this game. Also, he provides insane buffing, he provides shield, and his ultimate also has an insane crowd control, which is knocking the targets up in the air. And he's just an overall amazing hero. I also love his design, so that's why I'm also kind of biased to him. But overall, he's definitely gonna be your second choice, just because he's an amazing hero, he's still meta, and he's still used everywhere in each game mode. Okay, so if you didn't have Lan, you go first Lan. If you have Lan but don't have Leviathan, he's second. Now, if you have both Lan and Leviathan, like decently built, or even built to, like me, my Lan is Ascended 1 star, and my Leviathan is like Mythic Plus, but he's still decently built. My third choice would be, of course, Skylan. So, Skylan is basically still one of the best treasure scramble heroes. So for PvP, Skylan is definitely one of the biggest powerhouses we have in this game. And his main design was, I think, exactly for that, to dominate entirely the PvP modes. But since Eothara was introduced, Skyland's utility actually went through the roof, just because he's pairing very well with her kit, and he's actually starting to get some usage in the Curse Realm as well. So right now, Skyland is getting a ton of uses in Treasure Scramble, and also he starts to get uses in the Curse Realm as well. So that's why I would put him at third place. So depending on what you guys need, if it's meta based, as I said, I would go first land, second Leviathan, and third Skyland. But if you actually want to be dominant in PvP or like have better placement in the Treasure Scramble, I would definitely go for Skyland. So it all depends on what you guys need. But yeah, as I said, first land, second Leviathan, third Skyland, and then fourth is gonna be Hylia. So Hylia was pretty much useful back in the days, and right now she still has some usage only in Treasure Scramble. Like, I haven't seen her anywhere else except in the team with Lysander, Awakened Fox, let me see, Alvida, and also Awakened Laika. So that's where she's being used. She's at the third slot, I think, of that team. And she's definitely not gonna be your highest priority. But as you can see on my account, my Skyland needs only 2 more copies to get to Ascended 1 star. My Leviathan is also almost getting there. And also for Leviathan, having the plus 40 signature item is one of the most crucial things you need, because his plus 40 signature item provides that entire attack rating and defense rating buff to your entire team when you get the Ocean's Blessing. So I have them almost where I need them. I mean, after I finish Skyland, which who needs only 2 more copies, I'm gonna continue building my Leviathan, and he's gonna get there soon enough. So I just don't have anyone else to swap. So here on my account, I'm gonna be swapping my Draconic Gwyneth for Hylia. So first of all, guys, I would never recommend you to swap some of the 4 regular faction heroes, just because you can always pull whichever hero you want from the desired hero summons. So other than that, you will have your awakened heroes, which are gonna be your other priority right after the Highborn Draconic heroes. So out of all of these heroes that we have here, the number 1 priority is definitely gonna be Nvidio. Right now we still don't have Hybris, which is the newest Hypogene awakened hero. And if he was here, I would have definitely swapped for him. But since we don't have him here in this iteration of the event, the number 1 priority is gonna be definitely Nvidio. So right after Nvidio, based on the heroes that we have here, I'm gonna go straight for Awakened Estrilda. So just Awakened Estrilda is overall a very good hero, just because she can do damage, and she's also an amazing buffer and also a great defense hero, just because she provides you shield, and that shield also provides you the 75% attack damage buff. So yeah, definitely after you get, if you don't have Nvidio, get Nvidio first. Your second choice is gonna be Awakened Estrilda. Now, after Awakened Estrilda, my third choice would more than likely be Awakened Fox. So Awakened Fox still has his high usage in the Curse Realm. Also, he's pretty much used in any iteration of the Treasure Scramble. So he's definitely a very high in the tier list, and he's gonna be definitely my third choice. So after him, to be fair, if you don't have Awakened Chimera, I would definitely go for her, just because Awakened Chimera is still a huge powerhouse and no other hero does what she actually does. So she's an amazing tank, She provides survivability for all of your team. If someone dies, he has like I think 5 seconds to kill someone else before he's actually dead. She also provides immunity to death, I think, to the two allied heroes that stands right behind her. So she's just overall an amazing hero. She also deals a lot of damage. You need a lot of health for her, just because her damage is based on her maximum health. So yeah, my fourth choice would be Awakened Chimera. So after Awakened Chimera, it gets a bit tricky for me, just because all other heroes are kind of right now on the fence. I mean, you could go for Zora, you could go for Awakened Thoran, you could go even for Gavas just because he also has some usage, definitely in the Treasure Scramble and sometimes in the Curse Realm. But nowadays you won't see Awakened Belinda, you won't see Laika as much. Even sadly, Awakened Athalia, which was my favorite Awakened hero, is right now dropping out of most of the formations. Awakened Skriath is also another choice that probably would be right after Awakened Chimera. You could probably go for either Awakened Skriath or Awakened Zora. But yeah, he's still good. He's still used like in the Curse Realm, but that's basically where he's only used. I've seen him right now only in the Curse Realm. In the Treasure Scramble, he was used a bit, but yeah, he's not very relevant over there. He's mostly used entirely in the Curse Realm. So yeah, the other heroes are just way outdated right now. So Awakened Solas I would definitely not build. Awakened Lucius, you could build him, but he's getting replaced in most of the game modes. Even Awakened Eron, which had a lot of usage, he's right now not used almost anywhere. And yeah, down here, these ones that I don't have built, I would also not recommend you to build just because they have almost no usage. Right here, Matriarch has usage only in the Treasure Scramble, and you can definitely replace her with other heroes. If you have Eugene built, you will definitely use him for the swap, and swap for whichever hero you have. Or you could use like some of the older heroes if you don't have the Eugene properly built to swap him. You can use like some of the older heroes to swap some of the higher priority heroes that I mentioned earlier. So let me just summarize. Your first priority is gonna be in video. Then your next priority is gonna be Awakened Estrilda. After her, you're gonna go for Awakened Fox. And also, if you don't have Awakened Chimera, I would go probably even before Fox, to be honest. Just because I like Chimera's utility way more than Fox. But don't get me wrong, they are both very good in their own way. And even paired together, they do even better. But yeah, and then after your Awakened Chimera, I would probably go for either Awakened Athalia, Awakened Thoran, Zora, or Awakened Skriath. And after those four, I would probably go for Gavas. And that's basically it. I would not go for anyone else. And if you have them all built, well, congratulations. You can just swap for whoever else you would like to use. But yeah, so we have the Awakened heroes covered. Let's now go to the Celestial heroes. So, for the Celestial heroes, I would definitely recommend you guys, first of all, to focus on Aurelia. So, for out of the Celestial and Hypogene heroes, right now Aurelia has the highest utility everywhere. So, there is not a single game mode where Aurelia is not used. She is basically dominating everywhere. So Aurelia is definitely gonna be your highest priority. If you don't have her, definitely swap for her. So after Aurelia, I would probably go for either Nox or Lysander. So Lysander proves to be absolutely very useful in most of the game modes. Like the way you place him, he can be a perfect damage dealer or like a great support to your team. He has high utility. He's used in the Treasure Scramble, he's used in the Nightmare Corridor, and he's also used in Curse Realm. So he's definitely a very viable second choice to swap. So the other one that I said, Nox, he's also still a very good hero. He works absolutely well with the Cheese Comp, which is with the Awakened Thoran. He works perfectly well with the Pegasus pet, also with the Seal pet. So he just has an insane survivability, and he also has a huge damage boost on his level 40 signature item. So yeah, definitely a very strong hero, and I would put him on par with Lysander. So in third place, I would still go for one of our all-time favorite heroes, which was Liberta. He was like the strongest hero for I think 2 to 3 years. No one could beat him in damage. But yeah, he has been long dethroned by Nvidio, and probably Hybris is gonna be even higher damage than Envy nowadays. But third choice, I'll definitely go for Liberta. So, after Liberta, I would probably choose either Daimia or Celine. So, in terms of survivability, Daimia does the job perfectly well. She does some insane damage too. She can like deal tons of damage with her abilities. She also buffs damage, and um, she also enables your team to survive for as long as possible with her ultimate. So definitely Demia is a very strong fourth choice in my opinion. Or you could actually even nowadays go for her before Liberta. Just because we have many other strong heroes. And Celine, she does some insane damage. She provides buffs to your heroes. She increases their attack rating and defense rating, I think. She also disables the ultimates of the other enemy heroes, and I think she also disables part of their skills. So yeah, Celine is also a very strong hero. So I would put Demia and Celine at the same place. You can choose whichever you don't have. And after them, I'm pretty much not really sure who else you can choose. Probably you could go for something like Lavatune or Serenmira, but yeah, nowadays they are just kind of lower in the tier. Don't get me wrong, Lavatune is still very strong, Serenmira as well is strong, but they're just way stronger heroes than them. So yeah, that is basically who I would choose out of the Celestials and Hypogenes. The other ones I would not really focus on. Um, and I think this actually covers everything else, just because we don't have anything else to cover. The 4 faction heroes, as I told you guys, just make sure you don't use this amazing swap event for them. Use it for someone from the Awakened heroes, from the Celestial Hypogenes, or the highest priority is gonna be your Draconic heroes. So I'm gonna perform my Draconic swap for the Highborn heroes, and I'm gonna be swapping my Draconic Gwyneth for Hylia. Just because, as I told you guys, I'm going to build Skylan probably in the next few days. Then I'm gonna focus on Leviathan, and it's just that there's no need for me to swap just for the 6 copies that I need for Leviathan. I already have his signature item, which is the most important part, and he's just gradually gonna get there. So yeah, I'm just gonna complete this right now, and I'm gonna swap my Gwyneth for the Hylia. And confirm. Okay, well, there we go. It is done. Let's go back and see. So now we have our Hylia. Okay, very nice. I'm gonna be using her in my Treasure Scramble team. And yeah, she's basically gonna be used probably only there. And maybe in the Temporal Rift in some of the teams. But yeah, guys, so this is what I wanted to cover in this video. I hope that my explanation, brief as it was, helped you to choose which hero to swap. This is gonna be it for this video. Please leave a like, subscribe, comment down below which hero you swapped in the event. And as always, thank you guys for watching. Bye!